Hello there and welcome back to another edition of the Hot Lap Classic Remastered. This time we take a look at the 1999 Nissan Skyline GTR R34. This is the final Nissan Skyline GTR road car to take on our course. It's been a long time coming, there's a lot of these in this game, although not a lot of R34s, which is interesting. There's only 3 of them. There's this one, the V-Spec, and the two-wheel drive 25 GT Turbo. Each of them have unique race mods and then the endless livery as an option. This one is my favourite of the bunch. This is a Super Taikyu inspired livery once again, but I quite like the sort of burnt, sort of red orangey colour to it. It is very nice. Now, to give you an idea of how sort of ultimate GTR this is, this car has 100 horsepower more than the R33 from yesterday. And while that sounds great and amazing, like this car is going to get under 28 seconds, R34s are not good to drive. As you're going to see in a second, these cars are quite the challenge, so I'm not particularly looking forward to this, but the car's an icon, and it's the final ever Skyline GTR that I'm going to have to drive around this course, so I guess there's some solace in that. Four-wheel drive, 785 horsepower, 1,315 kilograms. Of course, we're talking stage 4 turbos here, as we're on all the Skylines, but again, this makes 100 horsepower more than the rest of them did, dear God. So, to find out how the R34 Skyline GTR gets along, it is going to have 6 laps of the Motorsports Land track in order to set the best time it possibly can. Currently, it is the Suzuki Escudo Pikes Peak version that costs at the time of a 25.696. The R34 GTR is unlikely to beat that, despite actually being only about, well, under 200 horsepower less than that car was, which gives you an idea of how insane this is. Quickest R34 around this track was, unsurprisingly, the V-Spec, which went round a long time ago. But that was actually the quickest Skyline GTR for quite a while. That's at a time of a 28.996. So, actual target for this car is the R33's time from yesterday. That was a 28.475. But again, I'm not 100% expecting this to beat that, to be honest, because, yeah, not all that controllable, as it's already shown a few times during this. See that? That happens a lot in this car. I don't know what the rear drive bias is on an R34, but if I had to guess, it is probably in the region of like 20-80 split. To be honest, it doesn't really feel like a four-wheel drive car to me. It feels more like a RX-7. In fact, that's a disservice to the RX-7, because the RX-7 put its power down a bit nicer than this one does. Yeah, it's quite something to drive. And by quite something, I mean quite awful. Not my cup of tea, because I don't like oversteer, because it just loses time. Looks good, loses time. Yeah. Now, there are some upshots to it. For one, of course, it does mean that your R34 is a lot less understeery than the likes of the GTOs and other such sports cars, four-wheel drive stuff, the Imprezas, Evos and stuff like that. You don't have understeer, but you've got acres of oversteer, which, to be honest with you, okay, we are quicker. Which, to be honest with you, for me, is less suited to my driving style. I'm not too surprised that's gone quicker. I did have a suspicion if it could gather it up, it would be. And so it did, and so it was. That was hard work. That was very hard work. Wow, okay. I never want to drive this thing again. Honestly, it really is just a high-powered rear-drive car. With none of the benefits of a high-powered rear-drive car, like giant tyres on the back. But, nevertheless, it has managed to beat the R33. I am actually quite shocked at that. I was sort of ready to settle for like a 28.5. You know, maybe quicker than the R32, but definitely not as quick as the R33, because I do think the R33 drives better, but that was a lap. That was the lap of my life, to be perfectly honest. I didn't actually realise it at the time, but wow, yeah. My god, that was not fun, but we did it, and it's on top. It's the quickest Skyline we've ever had, and probably ever will have, to be honest, because unless the last remaining GT500 Skyline can beat this, but I doubt it given how sort of short ago the R34 ran and where that went, so yeah. Oh my god, I need to lie down after that. A 28.430 will place this in to 53rd place. It beats the Nismo 400R. It is up on power on the 400R. It definitely doesn't handle nearly as nicely as the 400R, but it is quicker than that. It's also quicker than the Evo 5 GSR, the Roof Turbo R, the Impreza WRX Sedan version 6, the Espace F1, and then of course all of the other Skyline GTRs. In terms of road cars, it's only slightly slower than the Subaru Legacy B4 RSK, which I'd much rather drive than this. The Audi S4, which was a much nicer car. The Roof CCR2, which was nicer. And then sort of Imprezas and GTOs and stuff, and they're better. It is worth pointing out, this car is about 0.5 down on the quickest Mitsubishi GTO Twin Turbo. And despite that car having 55 less horsepower than this and weighing almost 200 kilos more, that was still quicker. That's the car you want. But this is the car you'll buy, because of course this car is iconic to Gran Turismo 2, and I do have to admit, when I think of Gran Turismo 2, I do think of a Nissan Skyline GTR R34 at Tahiti Road, which is more a place you should drive it than most Sportsland. Don't ever take it here. Oh my god. Anyways, that's it for this episode. Thank you all very much for watching. Join me next time when I will be driving something slightly more sane. Until then, farewell.